It's Lauren with Beadbox Bargains, and today I am gonna have some fun playing around with the July ice cream shop collection. So I really want to make a pendant that incorporates this little stainless steel spoon, the little cherries, and I think that these will make cute like little parfait cups. So I'm gonna play around. I'll probably use these two, and I'm going to use one of these little links for my pendant, and of course our bead caps and spacer beads, and our little cherries on top. So we'll see. I may end up throwing in a few more things. This is not going to be quite as organized as some of my other tutorials, so we're just gonna, I've had this idea in my mind. I want to make it up and see how it works, and I just haven't had time really to play around with it with the anniversary sale and Christmas and July prep. So I'm excited to try this today. The only things I'm really going to add are some eye pins and some jump rings. Everything else, let me use my chain from the box too. Everything else that we use today besides those two things will be from the ice cream shop collection. Alright, I'm going to open up my packages, lay out my beads, and we'll get started. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to make here is the center link that's going to hold our pendant. And I'm going to do that with one of these little bail beads, one of the bonuses in this kit. And I'm going to put a little round spacer bead on either side of it. And I'm just going to trim it and make a loop. So I'm going to trim it down. And now I want it to be, I'm going to have it run the same direction as the other loop. There we go. So I'm going to grab the tip, curl it back, grab the base, curl it towards me so it looks like that. Then come forward, grab the top of that hook, and roll it down. Now I know there are lots of ways to make a simple loop. That's just the way I've always done it. Okay, so now you've got this little link. And from this loop, we are going to hang our main pendant. So I'm going to use one of these little chandelier links. And I'm going to take a jump ring and open it up with my little jump ring here. These are very sturdy stainless steel jump rings, so they are not the easiest thing to open. Alright, I'm going to slip the loop on the bail and the top of that chandelier onto the jump ring, and I'm just going to bend it closed. There we go. Alright, so now it's time to make my three little dangles that I'm going to do. And on one side, I know I want to put the spoon, but I don't want it to have the bail on it, so I'm going to take that bail off. On the other side, I'm going to do the cherries, and in the middle, I'm going to make a little beaded sundae. So, I guess I'll make my sundae first, just so I have an idea of length. And I am going to use one of the ball head pins from the extras in the kit, and I'm going to go ahead and add another little round spacer bead to it because I want to use one of these swirled bead caps for the base of our sundae, and it will just work a lot better and stand a lot straighter if it has something underneath it to kind of hold it steady. So there we go. And next I'm going to do the flower as the parfait cup. And then we'll put some pink ice cream in it. So I'm going to get a nice frosty pink quartz here. Oh, that's so cute. And then we'll do another swirled bead cap, this time for the top of our ice cream. And of course, a little red cherry. So there we go. I think that looks cute. Little beaded, oh, that is cute. Little beaded sundae. So now I'm just going to do another loop at the top, and you can absolutely do a wrapped loop if you prefer. I deal with some tendonitis in my wrist, so I tend to keep it simple, but a wrapped loop would be great here as well. Alright, So here is our nice little sundae. Now, I want it to hang a little longer. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just make some really simple beaded links. I'm thinking probably one on top of the cherries, maybe even two on top of the parfait. But before we do that, before I get too far ahead of myself, I'm going to go ahead and attach the spoon so I can see what the length is. So I'm just going to use my wire cutters here. Well, let's see, this might bend off before I do that. Yeah, I don't think this is soldered. I think it'll open up. I'm going to take this bail off of the spoon here. Yeah, it just opens up like that. That was easy. And I might actually save that and use it for something else because that's a useful piece there. All right, and now I'm just going to use a jump ring to attach it to our little chandelier here. All right. Nope, that is the wide portion. That's so much better. Helps when you use the right notch on the ring. All right, so we're going to attach it over here on the right. And I'm just going to close that loop back up. Cute. Okay, so now we have our spoon. Now I'm going to put our little, I think I'll put our little sundae on next. And to do that, I'm going to make at least one, maybe two little quick links. All I'm going to do is trim this down again and do another simple loop. So trim it, add a little more. That's too long. Here we go. Grab it, let the base, curl it back, and done. All right, so there's one link, and how much length is that going to give us? Might do one more. Let's see. Yeah, I want it to dangle nicely. I might do one more. And if that's too much, then I'll put one of them over on top of the cherries because I'll need to make a link for that too. We're just going to play around with it and see what we like. And the great thing about beading is if you don't like something, you can always change it. Sometimes you'll spend 3 hours changing it, but it can't be done. Okay. Let's go ahead and before I spend time making another one, I'm going to throw my pliers on the floor. I am going to open up one of these loops and attach our little sundae. Let me see here. Yeah, I want this to be in the middle under the spoon, so I'm going to use both of these links. I'm going to use the smaller loop that I made to attach here, and then the larger loop I'll use to join it to the chandelier. All right, that's going to be cute, I think. Just going to swing that loop open, stick that middle loop of the chandelier through it, and then we'll close it and see what we think. Oh, I do like that. That's cute. You get your little spoon and your little, yeah, that's very cute. And your little sundae. Okay. I might decide to flip that spoon around and have it face the other direction, actually, because I like it being on the left. We'll see. Before I spend time doing that, I'll go ahead and attach the cherries. So I'm going to make another one of those, just a little simple beaded links, just to give those cherries a little more room. Go, again, just grabbing at the base, turning it around, grabbing the end of the hook, and curling it towards me. Okay, so there's my loop. And I should have maybe made the loop bigger because It'll be fine. It's got enough room there. Okay. Now, let's see. Ooh, you know what? I'm just realizing something. I should have made this at a 90-degree angle, the top loop, because otherwise my cherries are going to want to hang a little sideways. Or I could just attach it. You know what? I could just attach it with a jump ring. It'll add a little length to it as well. And it will give that, it'll fix the issues with it wanting to hang sideways. So, yeah, we just need a little more length on it there. You know what? It's all according to plan. It'll be great. Okay. Oh, I actually do like that. And I think that the jump ring adds a little bit of length in a good way. Okay, that's pretty cute. I'm happy with that. So this is our centerpiece. A little tassel pendant, sort of. A little beaded chandelier. You've got your little sundae, your spoon, and your cherries. So now we get to make a necklace to go along with it. And I'm going to do some chain interspersed with some beaded links. So I'm going to start cutting 2 small segments of chain. And to do this, to cut 2 even lengths, I like to use a head pin. And I think it doesn't need to be super long. I think this will be nice. All right, and I need to find perfect. Is there a middle link, or do I need to? Yeah, I think there's a middle link. Or do I need to go one? I think I need to go one more. I want there to be one center link because this is a sturdy soldered chain. I'm going to have to break a link, and I want to leave the same numbers of links. Okay, so now we have a middle link, an odd number of links in our little chain here, if you can see what I'm talking about. I think, or I'm crazy, I don't know. What was I right before? Nope, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to break this middle link here. Here we go. And this is, like I said, a nice sturdy stainless steel chain, so it is sometimes more easily said than done. I don't use pliers I'm too attached with for this part. I use cheap wire cutters that I think I got at like a Harbor Freight. Okay, so now the key is to cut the other piece right above where you have it. First of all, let me see. Yep, those are the same length. Yay, it worked. And for the back of the necklace, I don't care so much if they're in link off, but for the front of the necklace, I do. So it's worth the effort. All right. There we are. Okay. So now we have 2 even segments of chain. And I'm just going to use jump rings to attach them to either side of our little pendant that we made. So very simple. To swing towards me. You don't want to uncurl jump rings when you're using them. You just want to swing open or closed towards or away from you. Because if you uncurl it and they lose their curl, they will not want to line up and you'll get big gaps. Like this one, I even didn't do it quite perfectly. There's a little bit of a gap still. But then you're stuck like squeezing it this direction and then it doesn't look quite as nice and round. And then you're like, you know what? I just messed this jump ring up, so I'm going to grab another one. It happens. So instead you want it as cleanly as possible. Just open it towards or away from you. And sometimes some jump rings just don't want to cooperate with you, and that's okay. That's why you generally get lots of jump rings in a pack. All right. Let's see. Here we go. One last time on the other side. And then I'm going to make some beaded links for the middle. And I may decide I want to use smaller jump rings and go back and change this. We'll see. But for now, there you go. There's our chain. Now let's make some beaded links. I want to put another little Sundae in the middle, but I want to kind of lead into it. I want to have some kind of decorative element before that. So I might try, let's see. So I've got a little round spacer. What happens if you put a bead cap on that? Does that play nice? Maybe not. Alright, so forget the bead cap. I'm just going to do the sparkly bead. And then the rose quartz. And then another sparkly bead. We'll see, is this too much? Like I said, I'm just playing around here trying to see what I like. That is a lot of sparkle. And we don't have any on our regular, or on our Sundae or pendant. So I'm just going to go instead, I think, with the smaller little bead cap on either side. I think that's going to be cute. Yeah, I like that better. So we'll do one of these, and then we'll do maybe another Sundae. I'll just stick with these and just have like a little beaded accent in the chain. I don't know. We'll see what we feel like. Because it can go either way. I will try making another beaded Sundae. And if I don't like it, I will do something else. Okay. So we have one of those. And then again with the Sundae, to start off, we've got the little round spacer. Then the swirly bead cap facing downwards. Then the flower facing upwards. We've got our frosted quartz around there. We've got another swirly bead cap. And then a cherry to top it off. Cute. I actually do like that. Okay. And then I'm going to trim it down. Maybe a tiny bit more there. And then grab the tip, curl it back, grab the base, curve it towards me to make a hook, and grab the tip of that hook and roll it down towards me. Alright, and I'm going to do that one more time. So we've got our round spacer, got our swirly cap facing down, our glass flower facing up, our quartz rounds, another cap, and a little cherry on top. Again, I'm going to trim it down. And then I will, let's see, we did the other one at a 180-degree angle to the base. So we'll roll it back, grab it, tip it forwards, then roll it down here. And I generally like, this is not the best example here. I usually like my loops to be either facing, I guess I did do sort of the same direction there. Oh well, either facing towards each other or perpendicular to each other. It doesn't super matter where you've only got a couple links interspersed with chain, but if you're making a full link necklace, being consistent in that will help your links lay nicely. Okay, so then we've got 3 more, because I think I want to put one of these on either side. I'm going to dump out a few more of these round spacer beads. Or all of them, because they all wanted to come. Okay. And we'll do a round spacer bead. And then a bead cap. English cut rose quartz, bead cap, and spacer bead. I may need to dump out a few more of these bead caps as well. I like that. I think that's going to look nice. I love playing around with the ice cream theme here, but I also wanted to make something that's, classy and Like if you look close, you're like, oh, that's ice cream. And just kind of cute and fun. So that's the goal here. Hopefully we will accomplish it. And I really wanted to use that little spoon. I don't know, it's so cute. It reminds me of little flatware in this Barbie picnic set in the very early days of online shopping. I saw them online on the Barbie website, and I saved my money for, I was probably like 8. Anyway, it was one of the first things I ordered online ever, and it was a big deal when it came in the mail, and it had these little silver flatware sets and a little cake, and it was the cutest. So that's what they make me think of. Little silver spoons looked almost exactly like that. All right. And it was one of those like little collector's releases or whatever. So it cost more than little Barbie picnic set probably should have, but it was so cute. And I wasn't buying it to collect. I bought it so my Barbies could go on a picnic. And they did. Okay. Here we go. I think that's going to be cute. Now we just have to join them all together. So just opening those loops up, sliding on the chain end on one side, closing it down again, and then on the other side, it opens here. There you go. It feels like, trying to plug in a USB. No matter which side of the loop you grab, it will open on the other side. Just like the USB, no matter which way you try to plug it into your computer, it will be upside down. And then you'll flip it, and it's still upside down, and you flip it back, and now suddenly it'll go in. It's a never-ending battle. And eye-pin loops are the same way. Whichever side you grab first, it will open on the other. Okay. So we're done on that side. Cute. And now this side. And then I'm just going to add some more chain. And I think we'll be done. Gotta decide how long I want this necklace. Probably want it a little on the longer side just because it has that nice chain tassel. And I want it to have some room to move. I'll probably do it a little bit longer. All right. And there we go. All of our links are connected. That's fun. I like it. And I like the way the spoon kind of sits up next to the little parfait there. Sweet. I am going to now just add some chain on the back and call it good. Alright. So I think I want to add probably about 12 inches of chain to the back of this. I think that'll be good. So I'm going to, again, take my wire cutters, cut that, and then I will add a clasp. So I'm also going to cut this in half, but I'm not going to be nearly as exact because, again, it's the back of the necklace, so I'm not going to be like, ooh, is there one middle link? No, I'm going to try to find the approximate middle, and we're going to go with that. About right there. But for the front, I really want it to be the exact same number of links away that the beads start. Okay, there we are. So now all I'm going to do is open these loops, put the chain on, and then on the other side I will attach a clasp. We'll put this on here first. That was the wrong side again. It's hard to tell when it sort of settles into that little metal spacer bead, which is what you like. It's what you want to see. You know, it kind of hides the decrease or the gap there. All right. Okay, so now we just have to take these ends, let me clean this up a little bit, and add a clasp. And I will use the clasp that comes with the box. It's a very cute little toggle. Now I'm just gonna grab a couple jump rings here and attach one to each end. Alright, I really like these stainless steel jump rings. They're very sturdy, which is what I like to see. Alright, so I'm right-handed. I like the little bar of the toggle to be on the right. Not that it really matters. This necklace isn't going to have a huge front and back going on since most of the pieces we're using are double-sided, so that's really nice. It just depends which side you want the spoon on and which side you want the little cherries on. And we have plenty of pieces left over. You can make some cute little chandelier earrings. Doing, let's see, maybe we'll play around with it a little bit. If you did the Sundae in the middle, and then maybe put like one of those on either side, English cut rose quartz, you can make some cute little chandelier earrings. All right, so that is our necklace. Very simple, but fun but classy is what I'm going for here. Like you've got the little ice cream motif, but it's also kind of a classic feel, hopefully. I like that. I think that's going to be a good length. And yeah, if you wanted to make earrings, let's see, where did I put? There they are. You can just take two of these and then grab your little head pins, and you could absolutely do more of little drops, do like a little quartz with the bead caps around it on one side, and then make another little Sundae for the middle. I think that would be really cute. You could do two of these, and then one of these little Sundae cups for the center. I think that would be a really sweet pair of earrings to go with this, if you wanted to make a whole set. And I may not, oops, almost forgot the cherry on top. Yeah, like that'd be sweet. They'd be more of they'd be like a boulder type. Here, I'm talking about it. I'll just do it real fast and we'll see if we like it. I'll probably just make one of them because I didn't even bring the ear wires up here with me today to the beading studio, but that's okay. I'm just going to show you what we've got here. Okay. And then I would just do a little simple loop at the top of these and connect them to that chandelier. Alright, just going to swing that open, grab the chandelier, and if you need it to have more movement, you can always add a little metal link in between like we did down here. Or just a jump ring at the top, like we very intentionally did with the cherries earlier. Okay. I love that little Sundae cup. just cute. Alright, and then, yeah, I think those are cute. That'd be cute, sweet chandelier earrings to go along with it. Make the last little drop here. If you wanted to have more room, again, you could do a little beaded link like we made down here on top of that Sundae in the middle especially. I actually like it. It looks almost like banana split or something with three scoops there. That's fun. Yeah, so you could definitely make some cute little chandelier earrings to go along with it. And there we have it. So that is today's necklace. Here, I'll pull it up so you can kind of get the full effect. I like the little spoon. I like little ice creams. I've had a lot of fun. I wanted to make this, but I hadn't quite had time to play around with it. So I hope that you've enjoyed this pattern. I have made a couple other things with my box that I wanted to show you. These are very simple. And I wanted to make something with the main pendant. That was ice cream inspired, but not like super overt. So here you've got like a cascading cones. So you've got like cone here and cone there. And I put a little round bead between here under the bail. But this is a very simple piece made on tiger tail wire and then with the double chain in the back. And I feel like I have made this type of necklace so many times on this channel. I decided to pick something else for the full tutorial, but I wanted to show you. This is my like ice cream inspired but not super overt necklace. And then I did make another pattern that is very ice cream, and I love it. So I wanted to do something besides earrings with these popsicles because they make adorable earrings, but I wanted to try to color match the beads in the box because I love the way the piece jade looks. And I just, again, I've used one of the bails there to attach the pendant. And I just really like the way that all the metal pieces look in this very simple, again, just a single strand tiger tail wire. It's got a little toggle clasp at the back. I used some spacer beads leading up to it so that I would have enough room to work the toggle. Anyway, those are the other two things I have made so far and debated doing the tutorial for, but like I said, I really wanted to try the chain necklace, and I feel like I've made lots of tiger tail beaded pieces lately on here, so hope that mixing it up was fun. And we appreciate all of our members so much. If you are a Bargain Bead Box member, you got the ice cream shop collection for $22.99 with free shipping in the USA. Now, I did want to call out, our prices are going to go up soon. I have worked my absolute hardest to absorb as much of the tariff increases as we can. I have been negotiating with our factory partners. Our quantities have gone up. I've gotten them to agree to raise our quantity discounts. I have found the absolute cheapest freight to get it over here from the factories as I could. You know, I'm doing what I can, but we are, for new members, our cost is going to go up soon to $24.99 a month. We are also in the process of migrating to a new website system. We've spent 10 years on the old system, and it was just getting a little clunky. We needed something a little faster and more modern. So if you haven't already migrated your customer account and you're a current Bargain Bead Box member, please follow the links in the emails we've sent you, and or you can just log on to your account on the new website, and we've imported all your information except your payment info. That is secure. We don't ever see it, so that's why we can't move it for you. So if you haven't already migrated your account and you're an existing member, I'd really appreciate it if you could help us out and get that done this month. And if you're not a member yet and you join right now, we are still offering the $22.99 price point for probably a couple weeks more while we get our existing members migrated over, because we want our current members to be able to be locked in for as long as we can offer that grandfathered price point of $22.99. All that to say, sign up today at bargainbeadbox.com and your subscription will start in August with August Box for $22.99 with free shipping in the USA. And at some point in the near future, for new members, that price will go up to $24.99. We're going to keep it at $22.99 for existing members for as long as we possibly can. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you so much to all of our members for creating the bulk purchasing power that makes the Bargain Bead Box possible and allows us to bring you over, our guarantee is over $60. Lately, it's been like over $80 worth of beads for $22.99 a month. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you love the ice cream shop but you're not a member, we do still have some available at our sister store, beadboxbargains.com, in the box extras category. I also am loving seeing all of your designs in our Facebook group, the Bargain Bead Box Creative Corner. So if you're not already a group member there, feel free to log on to Facebook and check us out. So many amazingly talented beaders sharing some incredible designs. Thanks so much, y'all. Hope you have an absolutely beautiful rest of your day. I hope you have a great week. And as always, happy beading.